Okay, in this next video I want to take a look at adding content to my right column. And so again, I could come over and still work with stylizing this, but I'm going to come on in and start to add my content to my right column. So I open up my Word document and I'm working on my About Us page, and the information that I want for my right column is as follows. So I have these different pieces right here. I'm going to come to Edit, Copy, and I'm going to come on in to the right column. And again, if I go to Design View, I'll be able to come on in and paste this text right in. Now, I don't want to bring in any of the formatting. I'm just going to go hit Edit, Paste, and there we have it. Now what I want to do is I want to start stylizing some of these different sections. So I'm going to go to Trail Sections, and what I want to do is I actually am going to insert a div tag around this header right here. I don't want to use heading 1, any of these pre-formatted ones. I want to do this one myself. So I'm going to go insert a div. I'm going to say wrap it around selection. I'm going to do a new CSS rule. I'm going to keep this as a class because I'm going to want to apply it to other areas of my website. And I'm going to name this one heading River Trail RT. I'm going to put it on River CSS. I'm going to hit OK. I come on in, I get my box. This is what I want. I'm going to choose my font family, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to choose one of these guys. I'm going to hit Apply. Okay, now if I don't see it happening, I have to go and apply it again. And I am going to come on in and back to the type, and I'm going to change the color of it. Now I'm going to grab my eyedropper. I forget what color I had above. But what I want to do is, I'm going to do this in a minute, I want to select one of the other colors, one of the blue colors. So actually I'm just going to come on in and grab it, and then I can readjust it. All right, so that blue that was being used, it's similar to that. Again, it's always good to write down that color. And I'm going to go to the font size. I'll put it at 24. I'll hit Apply. I'll hit OK. OK. All right, now it went on to all of them. I just want it to be on the trails sections right in here. So I can come right to here, and I can say that I wanted it to be on heading right. And now I want to clear it off of these ones in here. So I can come on into my code, and I can see that this div tag is around all of these, which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is I can come again into my code and get the closing of this div and cut this, edit, cut, and come on up here right into there. Excellent. And I'll file, save all, I'll refresh, and there I have it. Now, let's say this trail section, maybe I want to actually change this one up, this About Us, and I put it in as a heading. Maybe I'm going to get rid of this heading tag, and instead I'm going to apply the class. How could I go about doing that? Well, I'm going to highlight it. Actually, I can even just click right onto it. I don't even need to highlight it. And I am going to add that rule to it. So I have About Us selected. I can come on in, and I want to find the class. I want it to be heading RT. All right, now I want the us to be in there as well. So I'm going to come on in, and again, I'll choose heading RT. And now these two have the same look as this one. Now for this one, I want to do an unordered list. But I have the type that I want to use. And what I'll find is that the unordered list will come right in, and I can use the HTML for it. So I could click this right there, and I can see Philadelphia, and just start bringing these on in. Okay. And again, sometimes when we copy and paste, it's great, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out so well. And if I come on into the code, I can see the HTML for this. I'm going to actually work this a little bit more in here so I can see that this is the opening tag for an unordered list, the UL. And I come down a little bit further, this is the closing tag. And I can see that each one of these is going to be in between one of these list items. So again, I can work this out in the code, or I can also come on in and do it the other way too. So this will be the closing tag, LI. Oopsie. Oh, and what's great, see, it really does build it for you. So I'm going to hit refresh. All right, I think you got the idea. What else I could do is I could go grab this, come and say edit, cut, come right to here, return, edit, paste. All right, see, the problem why that's not working out so well is because I have that BR, the break tag, which I don't want. So again, I need to make sure that each one is in between the LI tag for a list item. So I think you're getting the idea. And getting rid of some of these spaces. And again, it's great to copy and paste. Sometimes it's good to bring it into like text edit and take away, go make plain text, get rid of all of the formatting. I'm going to get rid of these too and just maybe even write them on in. If I go on in and I look at my Word document, I can see that the next one I have Reading to Hamburg. And then my next one is Hamburg to Pottsville. Excellent. All right, so file, save all. Let's take a look. I'm going to come on in, edit, preview in browser. I'm going to preview it in Google Chrome. And here we have it. All right, so we're starting to move along, and I probably want to move this down a little bit further and maybe even put a little bit more space or even put a color in to differentiate my left column from my right column. Thanks so much.